Oh, coffee first thing in the morning. All right. Number one thing to mention. This, I guess the rules of the internet now say if you get dealt a pretty good card, you have to call it a paid promotion. So this is a paid promotion by Flipside Music out of Denver, Colorado. Personally, I find it weird calling it a paid promotion because Ike is like a legit friend of mine. If I need something, I call him. But Ike is a recent dealer. He's a new dealer for Sterling Music Man. And I got this lovely guitar right here, which is the high end of the Sterling. There's none more high grade than this. This is the JP157D in Eminence Purple, which is absolutely stunning. So let's get into the specs, because we know that everybody loves the specs on these guitars. Excuse me, it's first thing in the morning, drinking coffee, might be a little phlegmy. It happens. Sorry. Alright, so this guitar right here is a very good weight, and that comes from just being really set up nice. You have a mahogany body that has got a true flame maple top. Like, that's a true top, it's not a veneer. It's actually a very nice top. It just, come on now. That's just, for an overseas guitar, they don't usually look this sexy. I'm just going to put that out there. So you have a mahogany body. You have a true maple top. For the bridge, they went with the, kind of like their version of what their USA bridge is, but obviously it's done overseas. And they just call it a modern tremolo. And believe it or not, it stays in tune flawlessly. It works great. And I don't have the wanky bar hooked up because I don't use wanky bars, but I did test it. I made a bunch of funky noises and stuff with the wanky bar, and it stayed in tune. So, congratulations. One of the highlights of this guitar for some people is going to be the John Petrucci DiMarzio Liquefier and Crunch Lab. The actual ones, not interpretations of or whatever. These are the actual DiMarzio USA Crunch Lab and Liquefier. You have a tone knob, a volume that's a push-push that gives you a 15 dB boost and a 3-way toggle. You have what I consider to be kind of like the highlight. It's a click lock jack, meaning some pressure is going to be needed to put your cable in and a lot of pressure to yank it out, which means it's not just going to come falling out on you. So that takes care of the body. On the back of it, we have a battery compartment for the boost and your typical stuff. It has a 5-screw neck plate. Holds that big old beefy 7-string neck in place, which by the way is not a beefy neck by any means. Let's get into the neck. Right there, so that got roasted maple. We have Ernie Ball Sterling locking tuners. Ebony fretboard, stainless steel frets. We have John Shield inlays. And just a regular nut. At the price point, it should have an Ernie Ball compensated nut. Maybe not the last time I'm going to mention that in this video, but come on now. My Schecters at $200 less have them and this doesn't. It's just weird. Alright. So this is a 7-string variant. And it is a pretty damn nice guitar. I like it. It looks good. It plays great. I had a couple problems when I got it that got sorted out. I'm just going to go over those real quick. This is no stab at Flipside Music. This is more like a quality control at Sterling. Ernie Ball. Whoever the hell is going to take the blame for it. Their ground was not hooked up, which, that's just weird. Not even attempted to be hooked up. It was just dangling there. They hadn't soldered it down, which is simple. I just had a guy that works on CBs while I was out on the road, solder it into place. Life was good. The nut where the high E string goes, super, super wonky, like super bad. And the fretboard wasn't finished. If you guys get that, you don't need to pitch a huge fit. just get yourself some quadruple zero. That's 4 zeros steel wool, which is really soft. And don't push down like you're trying to go through the fretboard. Just rub it across. It will take all that roughness out. It'll be nice and super smooth. You won't hurt your frets. So now this guitar plays amazing. And it's a $1,300 guitar. So the one question you do have to ask yourself, is it worth $1,300? In my opinion, as a consumer, no. Because you can get all these appointments on 4 other brands and spend $300 less. But it does have John's name on it. It does have a true maple top. Maple tops, just so you know, the reason why people use veneers is veneers are super cheap. But a true maple top, it's a little expensive. But I'm a cheap bitch and I like to complain. Sorry, I had to mention it. But yeah, now, all jokes aside, the guitar is a great guitar. A little hefty price, but right now, everything in the music landscape is like, not just a little overpriced. Things are inflated right now. So $1,300, is that a bit steep? Yeah, things that make me feel better about the $1,300 price tag. Let's get into that real quick. Not that I'm a snob, but I'd get rid of these Lockheed tuners and put Schallers on it. Why? Or Goto. Because they're just better. These, they're not horrible, but eventually they're going to have problems. I'm going to have to go buy different tuners. The Ernie Ball compensated not without fail should be on anything over $800 from that company. Sorry. If your competitor is using your stuff on their lesser priced models, you should be using it on your premium ones. I'm just saying. Just saying. But other than that, she's a very good guitar. It's hard to find any flaws in the finish. I found a couple little tiny things, but it's done overseas. So that's just me being nitpicky. The average person's not going to track down the couple things that I found wrong with it. But yeah. All right. So we're going to do some more chugging. I'm going to put it into drop A. What you heard in the beginning was just straight up standard tuning. Just B to E. So we're going to do some drop A. We're going to chug on the Lebigoa, Mr. Hector. Fucking amp is nuts. And I want to, because I'm not going to speak after this, so I just want to put a huge thanks out to Ike and the guys over at Flipside Music. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to work with you guys. And I know probably I would not have that opportunity if Ike was not my friend, so trust me, I just really appreciate everything you do. I know it seems like I'm bitching about the guitar a little bit, but that's what I do. I talk about these. Now I'm going to beat on this thing for about a year, and I'm going to get back to talking about, like, how did it hold up for a year? Is this going to hold up? And I do have the 6-string version coming in blood orange. That will be in as soon as Sterling cultivates it. And that'll also be coming from Flipside Music. So, yeah. And just in case people are wondering, like, why did I choose Flipside Music? It's really simple, folks. Can we go to Sweetwater and Guitar Center really easily for online purchases? Yep. But you just as easily can go to Flipside. They have financing, and Ike will treat you right, man. Ike's not trying to, become rich off everybody else's hard-earned money. Granted, yeah, he wants to make a profit. He's running a business and has to keep the lights turned on, and he just moved into a nice, huge facility. So if you want to get a guitar from the brands that he uses, some of them that he does, like Sterling. I'm not going to talk about the other ones because I'm doing a review for Sterling. But trust me, go to his website. You'll see everything he has. He has probably one of the largest pedal collections for sale that I've seen anywhere with my own physical eyes. Like, walking, it's cumbersome. It's a lot. So you never know. And his used stuff, if you see something and you're like, he wants $180 for that? I've only got $150. Call him up. Ike's like super, super fair. And used stuff, let's face it, he's probably want to kill me for this, but used stuff is priced according to the used market. If Ike got a good deal on it, I promise you, you can write this down that the fat man said this. If Ike got a really good deal on it, he's going to give you a good deal on it. Why? Because Ike himself is just a good guy that happens to be running a business. All right. I'm sorry I went on a little tirade about Flipside, but really at the end of the day, Ike is just such a good guy. And yeah, I am a bit biased. He's my buddy. But before we were buddies, he was still treating me amazing. So it's one of those things. You become a customer, you become a friend, and really you can't have... If you're going to be someone who's going to go through a lot of gear or you want specialty stuff, Ike will fight to get you what you need. Like, if he has a distributor that's being a bit of a dick about getting it, put Ike on it. He's from New York and he's living in Denver, so yeah, he don't get told no very often, I don't think. Anyhow, love you, Ike. Thank you so much. And again, this is the Sterling by Music Man JP157D. The D stands for DiMarzio. There was some confusion going around somewhere. They call this the DFM for Flame Maple, but it's just the D. It's just the D. Whole lot of D. And it's a 7-string variant. Very cool guitar. All right. Again, let's get chugging on some A. I've talked enough. No one wants to hear me run my fucking suckhole. Off to the chugs. Oops! Oh, I got the wrong fucking mic on.